Hi everybody, it's Sminty with our gossip report for Friday, June 12th on yournewsdetroit.com. We'll do a quick run through. We know it's a busy day for you today on a Friday, and everybody's eyes are on the Red Wings game tonight. Go Red Wings. First off, Shafundo Mercy James. This is the daughter that Madonna has finally gotten approval to adopt from the African country of Malawi. The approval came across at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. Allegedly, Madonna spent the whole night on the phone with her lawyer, making sure this has come about. This is the second child from Malawi that she's adopted. A big break for the kid, no matter what you may think of Madonna. This child will have many more things with Madonna as his stepmother than she would ever get in Africa. Today's other big news came from the Today Show, where former vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin continued to niff-naw with David Letterman. Today, with Matt Lauer on the Today Show, she called the Letterman joke about her daughter about the statutory rape of my 14-year-old daughter. Some of the other postings this morning on the web indicate that they're equating the Letterman jokes to the remarks that Don Imus made that got him in hot water regarding the women's basketball team a couple of years ago and forced him from the air. He has since returned. Don't know if the public outcry about Letterman's tasteless remarks about Sarah Palin's daughter will get to that point. It's a critical time, however, of course, Letterman going up against the new Tonight Show competition with Conan O'Brien. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out and whether it can get to that level. Sarah Palin seems interested in keeping the fire on Letterman. Where have you heard this before? Heidi Montag, the silly star most recently of I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, along with her husband Spencer, where they're known as Spidey, is going to be posing nude. Is there any other way to pose? For Playboy. Here's what people reported about the pictures. There is nudity. It's tasteful. She had a lot of fun with it. Those quotes have been repeated over the years by people who pose in Playboy. They mean nothing. And somehow I doubt it will increase sales of the magazine. Rihanna and Chris Brown got together last night at the NBA playoff game between the Lakers and Orlando. Originally, the report was that they had requested that they sit next to each other. Doesn't make much sense given the fact that she's just been subpoenaed and has promised to testify against him in the assault case dating back to last February. However, when they actually got to the game, they did sit apart, and they spent most of the evening retreating to a private suite. So the big reunion really didn't happen. They were in the same building, a very large building, at the same time. Bret Michaels now is changing his tune regarding what happened at the Tony Awards last Sunday, where he was hit by a piece of scenery and ended up sustaining some facial injuries, including a broken nose. He's now getting a little angry at the Tony organization people for saying that he missed his mark while going through his on-stage performance and was totally okay. That's not the case. It sounds like it might be the preliminary to some sort of legal action. Wait and see. Guitar Hero, the game, now has added Van Halen to the group, but guess who's missing? Yes, original bassist Michael Anthony and second vocalist Sammy Hagar. The foursome that's portrayed in the game are the Van Halen brothers with David Lee Roth and the immortal Wolfgang Van Halen, son of Eddie, much to the chagrin of Van Halen purists who think Michael Anthony certainly deserves a full shot, if not Hagar, who replaced David Lee Roth along the way. Kid Rock, busy weekend. He'll be at the big NASCAR race at the Michigan Motor Speedway this weekend, but he's also set to appear on the CMT Music Awards, which are June 16th. He'll be a presenter, but he's also nominated in a category. Ever busy, our boy Kid Rock. Mariah Carey, keep another thing to look for on June 16th. Mariah Carey has a new single which allegedly answers some of the latest criticism of her by Eminem. It's called in the rap field an answer record, and it's not scheduled to be out until June 16th. We'll see if it gets an early release, but it'll be interesting to see what she says about Eminem. They were allegedly lovers. She denies it profusely over the years. Speaking of late night TV, which we did earlier, Conan O'Brien is going to have Sacha Baron Cohen to talk about the Bruno Eminem thing on Thursday, June 25th. Mark your calendar, although the Eminem thing may be old news by then. And some local habits. Yesterday, Kyra Dillard was dropped from the Mojo in the Morning show on Channel 95.5. That essentially leaves them with a two-person show with Mojo and Spike. There's talk about them hiring a person to replace Kyra, but the way things have been going at Clear Channel, where there have been relentless staff cuts, indicate that don't expect to see a replacement in tomorrow. They're talking about doing a national search. The program director of the station is based in New York, so there's possibly some New York talent who might be coming this way. But more than likely than not, the new talent will be paid a lot less than Kyra made, and don't hold your breath. Clear Channel may be facing bankruptcy, at least according to a couple of industry folks. Spike and Mojo may have to carry on by themselves for a while. Finally, our usual Friday note about Somewhere in Time, which airs at 6 p.m. On WMUZ 103.5. Our friend Tom Wilson hosts. I'm not making this up. This week, it's one of those make-believe ballroom episodes where he plays big band music, and the featured group this week is the Terry Tickle Big Band from North Dakota. They're a modern big band that recreates the sounds of the 40s for swing dancing. I'm not making up the name, Terry Tickle. To avoid sounding like Art Regner, I just want to identify myself. This is Sminty. It says, Go Wings. We'll be back on Monday. Thanks for watching.